With 4.2 being not too long away, I'm sure many people are wondering on how they can go ahead and pre-farm the upcoming Elation Trailblazer. This video is just that, taking you over everything you do need to know. Since it is a Trailblazer, it's going to require less maths than usual, especially if you already have them upgraded. But yeah, I'll be taking you over everything you do need to know, like the general materials, traces, and also relics and ornaments, all that good stuff. This won't be adding in any light cone considerations, so do keep that in mind. This is just Trailblazer level 1 to level 80 if you were to level them, so do keep that in mind when watching this video. Stuck grinding in Honkai Star Rail? Need Stellar Jades fast? We've got you covered. Head over to U7 Buy, your ultimate gaming hub for save fast and cheap in-game top-ups. Whether it's Star Rail or your other favorite games, U7 delivers instantly and players love it. Check out their Trustpilot reviews, they're actually top ranked. On the Honkai Star Rail direct top-up page, you can recharge your account in seconds. For example, 8080 Honorific shards cost $99.99 in the official store, but on U7 Buy, you can see here it's way cheaper. Just pick your server, enter UID, pay securely, and boom, your account is instantly loaded. Want extra savings? Use code PRETSR at checkout for 5% off, perfect for last minute pulls, battle passes, or surprising a friend. And here's a bonus. If you spend $80 a month on U7 Buy, you can grab the Honkai Star Rail Express Pass for only 1 cent, which is nearly free. Click on the link in my description, recharge fast, save more, and keep blazing those trails. So starting it off with the general materials, credits-wise, you would need about 2.6-ish million credits. And if you do need to level them, 290 purple books. The credits amount also does count for leveling. So you could subtract roughly around 250k if you didn't need to level them since you already had them leveled. Because the Trailblazer is not a new character and is just a reoccurring character. When you level them once, you have all the paths leveled. But the ones that do reset is the traces, the light cone you have on them because obviously different path, and the relics themselves. So you really just have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about leveling them up again. So they're just kind of like a level up once character. So if you're new, you would still have to level them up once, but if you already have in the past, then you're good to go. Tracks of Destiny would need 5 Tracks of Destiny, and the common materials they're going to be using is not the new one actually, but these ones right here. So you probably have a ton of these, requiring a total of 36 green ones, 55 blue ones, and 54 purple ones. So yeah, if you've just been playing for a decent chunk of time, you have plenty of these, an unending amount of these, especially if you set them as your assignments. If you don't, maybe you're newer to the game or you just never really got around to these ones, go ahead, set your assignments to this for the green one so you can passively earn it. That's how someone like me has a bunch of these. I just had it as this. Right now I don't, obviously, because I have over 3,000, so I have no reason to. But yeah, if you're a newer player, then of course just set it to that. If you do still need to farm it because there's not much time till they come out, then you could just go ahead and go here and track the enemies themselves because they are going to be marked here. So just track the enemies. If you have Akron or Phynon, you can speed up the process significantly. If you don't, unfortunately, you have to defeat them manually and get the materials. You will be good to go. You can farm that up very quickly. And you can also get some while doing simulated universe runs, so there's that too. So the Ascension material is one you get throughout the story, and you only need like 28 of that one. So you kind of just have to play the game. You'll slowly accumulate it. Not even slowly, you can accumulate it really fast. So once you get like that little crystal looking thing that I'm flashing on the screen right now, you require 28 of those, and then you can ascend the character. They don't use a Cygnus shadow material, and they don't require new one different times. Like I mentioned in the beginning, you just have this. You send them once. Once they're fully max leveled at level 80 with these, you're good to go. All the paths will be leveled. Unfortunately, because Star Rail sucks, you still have to farm the traces though. So the one you are going to be farming is the Bud of Elation because they are an Elation character, requiring a total of 12 green ones, 54 blue ones, and 105 purple ones. Thankfully less than normal, but it's still a good amount. So I definitely recommend farming this as soon as possible since you don't have to worry about stagnant shadow. I recommend just hopping on this as soon as you can. You know, this game would be a lot better if they let you retain the whole amount of traces because technically when it's shared across everything, the only thing that's different is if they're like Remembrance or Elation. Since Elation has the Elation skill, Remembrance has the Memo Spread stuff. I wish they would just keep like the trace tree and all that stuff, and then you would just have to level up what is new, because then it would be like, you know, you could really just do that probably in a day or two worth of stamina. But you know, I'm gonna stop yapping because this game sucks. Anyway, so for the Echo War material, they will be using the one from the Iron Tomb boss fight, requiring a total of 12. This boss has been here since 3.7, so you probably have enough. If you don't, you get 3 drops per run at the highest level. So you would just need to do 4 runs, so a full week's worth and then 1 extra. Very easy to get out the way. You still have enough time to grab all of the ones you would need by the time I'm releasing this video and then till the update releases. If you're watching in the future and you don't have enough time, still don't worry, it's not going to take long. Unless the update releases and then you're on a Monday and then you're still missing one, then tough luck. So now when it comes to relics, as they are more a support than a DPS, like they do some damage, but it's not really something you optimize out of. There's primarily two sets you can run. The best one, in my opinion, is Eagle. 2-piece is useless, 4-piece provides 25% advance forward when the wearer uses their ultimate. It just allows them to get more turns, more skills, more punchline generation, more energy back so you can use the ultimate quicker and more often on the actual ally you are buffing, and take a shot when Eagle is not the best in slot for a character because the set is actually just unbalanced. If you optimize your account around the set, you probably can clear everything at E0 negative cost. But yeah, so Eagle is one of the sets you can run. The other one could be Relieved Ordeal. That is also possible. 2-piece is speed, and you want to build them speedy, so that's good. And the 4-piece allows 18% crit damage on the ally target you are targeting, one ally target. For 2 turns, it stacks up to 2 times. Unfortunately, the target is from their ultimate, so you will not be able to fully stack this. However, it's still an extra 18% crit damage, which in my opinion is still relatively worth it. This is the more common one for people that don't want to farm Eagle, since Eagle is resin inefficient because it's paired with a really bad set, and this one is paired with a really good set. So Relieved Ordeal is going to be more common. It's also easy to use. There's not really like a specific breakpoint you have to hit. It's really just like 160 and higher, as opposed to Eagle where you'd have to hit a certain breakpoint around the 170s or 180s depending on your setup. So Relieved Ordeal is going to be a more common and comfier set. There is one more option you can use, but this is only an option if you don't have someone else on the team holding the set, primarily someone like Yaoguang, because Yaoguang holds the set. If you don't have Yaoguang on the team and she's not holding the set, or no one in the team is holding the set, you can use the Diviner set. Same 2-piece with speed increase, and the 4-piece is able to increase the wearer's crit rate, which is kind of just like the part you ignore. It does help you build them for a healthy crit ratio, which you do want to do, but it's not something you want to focus on. However, the last part does increase the team's elation by 10% when the wearer uses their elation skill for the first time in battle. So because of that, it's going to actually provide a good increase for not only the Elation Trailblazer themselves, but also the main DPS you are buffing. So yeah, I only recommend using the set if no one else on the team. So if you have Yaoguang on the team, she's 100% holding the set. You don't farm this, you farm one of the other two. But if you're Yaoguang list, then you can put this on your Elation Trailblazer for the extra elation and also the speed. Other than that, if you have to do 2-piece, really just do 2-piece speed. So 2-piece Diviner with Warrior Goddess, Relieved Ordeal, or Hackerspace, and just do 2-piece speed. I don't really recommend going crit on them because they're not really going to do much damage. For the Planet Ornament, you can honestly really do mostly anything. If you have an applicable support set on the character you are buffing, then of course you can use it. Like if you're using EMC with a Hypercarry Sparksy, in that case you can give them Lushaka for energy regen and also the 12% attack for Sparksy. You can use it as conversion. If you're using them on another team that's like Evanescia or Silverwolf, in that case the attack wouldn't really do much. It actually can benefit Evanescia, but not that much. However, in that case you could use something like Keel for 10% crit damage for everyone. Another good reliable option is Von Walk. It allows them to skill quickly and get energy, and also gives them energy. So it's mainly just a combination of using one applicable supportive set. If not that, just give them Von Walk, they'll be good to go. But again, I do have to specify, if you are using a supportive set, be sure it's applicable to the DPS. You don't really want to run Lushaka and pair it with Silverwolf, because Silverwolf doesn't get anything from attack, so it's really useless, just 5% energy regen rate. Honestly, my most recommended one is Von Walk. That one's probably going to do you the best. But again, if you're running Keel, you can do that on them. That benefits Elation characters. With Sparksy specifically, Lushaka is fine. But yeah, Von Walk is probably the most consistent. And yep, that is the full pre-farm guide for the Elation Trailblazer. I do hope you found this video helpful. If you did, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel or haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon for future videos like this, along with all other types of style content. I'll see you later. Peace out.